Pattern time once again. What they say, if it ain't Baroque, don't fix it, but it is Baroque, so I guess you would fix. I feel like I made this joke last time, and it wasn't any better then. Nothing forward than continuing to crawl into the big stupid hole. I'm not in great shape, huh? I don't even have a sword right now. Do I have one in my inventory? Nope. There's bones and worms and other exciting things. Notes. Shit, this is blatantly worse than what I have on. Look out of here. Could have just dropped it, but I felt like throwing it. Pattern ID. Names of nearby patterns. I still don't know. I still don't know what it means by pattern. How the fuck patterns work, and I don't want to think. And I have a bunch of shit that I just don't know what it does. I just gotta live with that. I hope I find like a weapon. I know what those do. You usually get to hit things with them. I've been this way? No, I haven't. Well, of course I haven't. It's a new floor. Because you can only save between floors. Fucking balling. Yeah, like this, they call this place the Nerve Tower, but I'm going down basement. But it's labels all the floors as like basement, so am I going up it or down it? He screams, for he does not know. None of these bones are going to be identified now. Storm. Oh hell yes, the idiot meat. This causes grotesque to be blown away by your punches or slashes. Don't mind if I do. Clothing, weapon, brand, bug. Don't forget injection. Give yourself some fucking drugs of some sort. Just find the suspicious needles on the ground and, you know, shove them in you. It's the key to survival. It can never do you wrong. Good one, me. Unknown flesh. I would prefer known flesh, frankly. Oh, it's here. I might just run out of vitality and get in and die before anything even happens this run, because I'm not finding shit worth of hearts. Yeah, jump scare! Yeah, I've worked retail too. Hey! PT is low, I'm aware. Do something about that for me, or... I know eating gives a little PT back. Yeah, so you got 10 for something, but... Situation is a little dire right now. There was more to that floor, but I do not have the vitality for that. These things. I still don't even have a weapon. Oh, and I'm poisoned. Lovely. Oh, there's a weapon. Guardian. Attack also raises defense. Certainly will come in handy. Yeah, I think I might just have to suck it up and eat the unknown flesh. Average meat and it's rotten, so. Ow, oof, my tummy. Oh, hey. Hey, Eliza. Please. Paul? Birth a sense sphere. I wish to birth a sense sphere to restore my insane mother. Please, pure water, your crystal. A bit about pure water before. Hit the green filter you get while poisoned. Just makes the game kind of weird to look at. Oh, good vitality as well. Be nice to be able to do something about that, but kind of out of my control at the moment. Poisoned anymore though. ID. Pattern ID. Okay. I would need to get rid of my other brand first. Intervention. What's that again? That's this thing. I'll keep that handy at least. Goes in power as your HP gets low. Right now my HP is fine. It's the other thing that's the issue. I really have no choice but to explore more just to hope I find something useful. Burst. Garfield, you had burst. Self is... Oh, right, this thing. Brand. Maybe I'll brand a weapon so I won't be running around with it. We go for the defense boost or the, Let's go with the Guardian this time. I'm probably going to die soon, so that'll make things a little easier, assuming I figure out how this system actually works. Or like with a food item that explodes. It tends to be a thing. Detox. Light, huh? Well, don't know what that would have done, but would not have gotten me more vitality, so too bad for my stupid ass. Or bones. How many fucking bones? I'm desperate enough to try random ejection and see if one gives me my vitality back. Oh joy! Wait, that actually might be that might be something that like prevents poison. I don't fucking remember. How about this one? Another one. Stamina and a dead worm. Well, I got some back, I guess. Prolonged the inevitable just a little longer. Flameblower. That one was fun, but don't have a ton of use for it. Was this a dead end? It does look like there's like a room. All perhaps? Huh. Switch in here somewhere? I know rooms like these sometimes. Here's one. There it is. Fish out the ass. More flesh. Again, not what I'm looking for right now. Oh, gave me a little more. Anything else fun here? That switch is already pulled. I mean, that's also for the same door, like if I walked in here or something. I should just chew on some random bones. I don't have much trust in this run, so... Oh, that actually helps. Remember, kids, if you don't know what to do, chew on bones. Literally can never harm you except when it can. Tell these are slightly less pathetic levels, but it's not promising. Big stupid wheel fuckers. Bunch of bugs. Feels like I can kill them pretty fast. Oh god. I always forget about that. They can just straight up fart on you and make you Worm. I remember that being very useful, Okay, stamina gave me some extra max health, so it's a little lower now, but not a ton, so it's probably fine. Maybe I'll throw some of these bones. That helps sometimes. But it's always a little worrying when you throw a bone that turns out to be like an invincibility one. Fucking C. You get a couple points of vitality from the white orbs from larger enemies, so those can actually sustain you some. Nothing. Useful, but... I was about to use it, but, you know. Pelt is probably not going to help me like stamina is, but... Nice. Yeah, not good. Oh. Gnawing. Getting a lot of experience, bones at least. Jeez. You guys want me to level up? I don't think these stack, so... I'm guessing they just, That seems like that has, like, a minor healing effect on... Effect, too, so since I did all those, I am back on... high vitality, so this run doesn't seem dead. No longer lethargic. Could have another one of those left over for enemies, though. Very nice. Slow them down some. Maybe I'll save it for one of those annoying thief guys. Those things get fast once they grab something from you. Mind is quite like a landscape. Hold on, dude. Let me blow these guys up. Got some beef on you. Oops, didn't mean to use that. Average meat, nice. You say? Master's mind is quite like a landscape. Yo, I see it. Painted with layer upon layer of grief. Move on now, but search the floor a bit. Now my experience doubling. Keep one of those in mind. Glad I have an eyeball. I can keep that or if I get farted on again. Normal sentences to stay. To say, rather. That's enough to kill that man. HP from all in the room? Well, don't mind if I do. Next time I see some enemies, I'll... enemies bigger than bugs anyway. I guess that's fine. Door this way? There is. And no, it's not, but it does seem to make a little loop. There's not a lot in this. Might as well skip to the stairs now that we found those. How high quality are the pranks in this game? I've run some fun ones so far. There's an item that brings all the items and monsters on the floor to you. That one's pretty funny. Fourth floor. This thing. Random bone thing. Here, I'll have to turn the corner for it. I didn't make it. Obviously, there's some traps like that. Yeah, the heartbeat is kind of enemy radar. It's faster when there's enemies nearby. Right on the money. Cremation. Fire attribute sword. I like the bonus health of my current, bonus defense rather with my current. Fire's pretty good too. I'll put that on for now. Swinging at me. I think those things might take more damage from fire. This might be a good choice. And box. Revolution. Crunch some experience just to get me. That box go. What does that do? Revolution items. Alright, please don't explode. That's terrifying. Hurts remaining in depleted hit points and vitality of all the grotesques in the room and your own. Alright. Scary, but could also be useful. I'm really low on everything and not be dead. Another path out of this room this way. I might as well check that out. Other sword, wow. Oh no. Scene. Where were you when I needed you? Details unknown. I risk gluing this to myself for the extra point of attack? Might as well. Sterilization. A considerably powerful sword. Doesn't seem to have any other effects than that, so I think I got lucky. Oh, here you are. Grab this too. Either increase my max vitality or just heal up, depending on if I need it. Other grotesques in this room? Do I have any lethargy bones left, actually? No, I don't. Just to be safe. Didn't get anything from me, so. I don't think I want to step on that. Let's play it safe with random devices on the ground. You don't know where those have been. It's a 4 basic sword, but this is it's just plain worse than this, so get out of here. Also, looks like this is a dead end, so we've got a long trek back now. Right, to the right, to the right. Yeah, today's more Baroque. I've mentioned before, I don't really know how long this game is, but I do have a treat with what I'm starting on Friday for something a little more fast-paced. I mean, it's a game that I've brought up recently, and I'm sure a lot of people have joked about. But perhaps a different voice could say what it is better than I.
The Bouncer.
Yeah, that's Friday's plan. Oh, it's one of these guys. You get a stomach ache, your attack and defense will drop. You get the weird bowel movements. And some recovery or special fluid will make you feel better, I think. Yeah, I did notice that. Thanks for the tip, dude. But yes, the bouncer is on the table for Friday. Looking forward to it. I did mess around with it a bit a while back. Should invented tell me that doesn't ache, you know? It really just seems like one of those great ideas that no one's done. Why aren't other people doing this, you know? This kind of freak is like... This sometimes knockback thing is actually pretty good at stopping these things from robbing me if I'm lucky, because it pushes them away before on a seed. Looks like I got a stomach ache. I'll live. Suffering from I'm gonna fucking die disease. Tummy hurts a little too much for a little too long, you know. What's this pill? Useful? It's a pathetic. I'm not even gonna bother picking it up. Definitely worse than what I have on. Check this way. Now I do think the fire sword might be a little better against some of these things. So put that back on, even with less attack. Another self. That's really useful. I already branded one of my swords with that. The Guardian one. What else can I put on? How about this? Three defense and 25 extra HP is pretty good. Start with. Assuming I can figure out how that works. A little more to explore, not much though. Yeah, I'm consistently killing these things in like 4 swings with a fire sword. It's definitely more effective against most things around here, it seems. Yeah, that's way better, even if it's 1 less attack stat. Yeah, oh. Lethargy machine. ID bot, nice. And pick this bone out. Oh, nice. There's so many evacuation here. I might use one and get out of here. Proceed. Next time enemies show up, I'll turn it off the experience booster again. Or 5. Sword. I'm old. Upgrade one of these things. These are silly. Oh god. I didn't know they could explode. Something new today. Empty room, my favorite. feel like this is one of those games where if you strafe while walking, it's faster than just walking. Pick a side, this aside. This side or the other side. Don't swing at me. Something at them. I'm not gonna use it. Got one more of those. So. Hey, this is the thing I mentioned. AMC really works on a grid. Well, I mean, it's built on one. Don't know if that means it. You don't move on a grid, though. Bro, will you stop that? It's very rude. Way too much damage to it. Another one of those, huh? Hi, box thing. The differences between the inside and the outside of a box. Once you open it, aren't they both the same? Does the world also have an inside and an outside? Love him or hate him, he's spitting straight facts. Oh wow, this is a big dead end. Leads, don't look like it. What, boxes explode? Yeah. I see no issues with that explanation. I keep getting convergence. Incredibly funny. Not so funny is the damage I'm taking. Oh, of course. Really? Okay, I got out of range of it that time. Also, can throw at these guys. It doesn't look like it. At least put this on. I still have absorption? Yes, I do. That helped some. Want secretion? Why would anyone want this bow? All it does is make you your enemies like drop goop. I don't need that. I don't need to get gooping in here. Stopped him before he could front on me, at least. Hey, a box. Half HP recovery rate. Number of defeated enemies affects content. Void if placed within a box. Brand whose effect has been used up. Weird. That didn't seem all that helpful. What about you? I should let my vitality run down more. Take a bit of damage to this guy, then use revolution. Situation is looking grim. As long as I'm below half vitality, it's... Yep. It's at least not a loss to use that, though. It's not a gain either. And I got almost all my health back, so that's a pretty good spot to put me in. Hopefully I'll get some more vitality going through, though. 4-6. Look at how deep the previous thing went. And because I got to the bottom of the tower before, or the top, the end. And I'm guessing it gets longer each time. That's something to throw, right? What do we have on right now? Intervention. I don't want that right now because a lot of health. So on the raise, no soul. Fire. Oh, nice. Just what I need. Hook 'em. Perfect. Oh, that'll help too. Another conversion. Jeez, this game really wants to give me these, huh? Anything that can affect the whole room? Doesn't look like it. If I did, I might... Honestly, I should have used, like, conversions before using absorption just to get all their health, but... Eh. Hindsight's 20/20, so they say. Check both halves of that room, actually. Believe I did. Way left from me. Fake wall, perhaps? A lot of times they'll put a bunch of enemies behind me. Half. Another cremation. Longer or weaker one? That's the real. It's the same damn sword. Get out of here, dude. Half does what? Useful, perhaps? But... Another sword. Guillotine. Sword that cuts twice for attack, and it's got 5 power on it. That sounds good. Just straight up better than... Can't even drop things properly. Crownless sword. Or... Ooh, I need this. Definitely need that next time. Definitely will use this next time I find a room full of enemies. That's the double attack. It's pretty good. Here. Oh, what is this? One of these rooms, huh? You intend to follow the Archangel orders and fire that angelic rifle at me, don't you? That's fine if it saves you. No, it's fine. I don't understand my true feelings at all. I mean, I wasn't gonna fire them at you per se, but I mean, I got 5 shots on this thing. Whatever. They probably mean like what the I guess it's the version of her that's at the bottom of something, bottom of the thing or whatever. Really, what the main thing this means is that this is not where the stairs are, and I am running low on vitality. I got a jet. Got a blast. Man, I wish I must find more vitality before I bust. A room with one guy. At least 2. There's one right next to me, Smite. I think I'm desperate. And rotten. Eh. I'll deal with the tummy ache. Better than being dead. Despite the fact that it doesn't feel like it sometimes. Should have baited this guy into that room first, though. But that double slash is really good with like buffed attack speed. As it is now, it's a little faster than just attacking twice. Genius meat. Thor's all HP, so I'll hold on to that for a hot minute. A little more dire moment. These things. This might bring me to a more dire moment. Ooh, that helps actually. Now's a good time, I think. Chomp on that. Now we're feeling good. I knew that I would. Random bones everywhere. Big old room, and I feel like there's almost nothing in it. Hey, enjoy this. Did some good damage. Stairs are in here. And if I can tell what kind of bone this is. Nope. Oh, these must be homing. Oops, that's bad. On the upside, it means that's an invincibility bone. Well, if you'll excuse me, I'm just gonna take my leave then. Floor 7. Maybe it's lucky. Different looking place. Oh, there's a prank for you. Yeah, get fucked. And some armor. Salt did what again? He's attacked by 3. Don't mind if I do. It's this one. Here, I thought I saw an enemy, but oh, there's one here, so I guess that's fine. There's something else in here. Somewhere, no. Oh, wait, no. Explosive. Facing towards. Okay, no. Make a left here. There we go. There we go. Annoying. These things are strong. Lying. That seems a little silly. The opposite of convergence, I guess. Oh, I'm gonna do something funny, actually. Watch this. Hi, guys. Fuck you, guys. Please wait your turn. Oh god, this is killing the frame rate. Okay, another invincibility bone. Almost stepped on a lust thingamajig. Problem. That helps. Not what I was hoping for, but it helps. Oh, weapon. Trying to figure out if any of these are enemies or... This one's moving, so... Hopefully this wears off soon. Doors all VT, useful. Listen to electric attacks. That could be useful, but... That's 2 + 2 and extra HP, though. Hard to give up. Maybe at least keep it on around, like, this particular type of enemy. Ow, my tooth. That's something worth throwing, so. I'm not going to use any more of those anytime soon, so leave those on the ground for the other door out of it. Plus does wear off eventually, at least. Did I put on the grounding? Yeah, let's do that. There we go. I'll play the game again. Oh, good. And knockback is seriously helpful. Huh, those are giving me HP instead of BT. Weird. Not a ton, but some. Oh, stairs, nice. So now I can explore a little more freely. Have evacuations. I feel like this is gonna circle around. Yep. No, still one more path to take, so. Here. I wonder if the chance of knockback is like based on attack power, and if I get strong enough, it happens more often. Or maybe I'm just getting lucky. Anyway, this room's a dead-ass end, so, yes, okay. Next floor. Floor 8. 7 was not quite the lucky number I'd hoped. Although also I did something stupid, and sometimes when you do stupid things, bad things will happen to you. Oh, these things. Not a great situation. Not wonderful. Now the Crypt Angels start getting mad at you if you swing at them, but I wonder if there's some reward for doing so. Kill them. Whatever the case. That helps. I already have assault on. Let's wait. In that case, I'll just toss it aside. A box. Big head thing. And one of those fuckers too. Can be opened if you have two. Well, I believe I only have one, so. Ew. I think I'm dead. Yep. Got cornered by that thing. I was caught on something. Oh well. Now I can figure out how back some weapons work and maybe explore the outer world a bit more. Only been at this for about an hour. Probably good for one more good dive. Oh, where's the funny angel man? Oh, that's what crypt angels do. Wonder how you interact with them properly. The recovery pad. I'll use that after walker. Training dungeon. Here's the quote-unquote town. Back thing. Good evening. Oh, why the head of this household is ill. Water. What do I can do to obtain it? Mustn't. Heart seeds are precious. Really want to make one bloom into a pretty flower. But I'd have to bury the heart seed without eating it and chewing sounds. And north. Good for you, my guy. Let the man tell you what to do with your seeds. Sally, anything cool? I feel like I could get lost in this ramshackle little place. This is the end of that. Fuck. Anything else worth finding in the town? Chatting with. Here's a big guy. Suffering because you don't know who you are? Just accept that you're nobody. You'll feel better, so don't come back. Thank you. That's the nicest thing I've heard from a religious innocent person in a bit. Wondering if these are like anything. Figure out how to use the set branded with elf. I don't know if it's in here tower or what. Entrance, I'll go touch that recovery pad and for another dive. I'm aware. It's right here, right? Yes. There we go. Yeah, even break. Slap a few fish around. A big old slap. Hey, back here. can at least slap the hell out of it. And really, at the end of the day, isn't that all you really want from a fish? Hey, Coffin Man, I know this is your training dungeon. Not what I'm looking for here. Broken, so better head into the dungeon then. Fascinating anymore. Hopefully the things I should have saved are there. First floor, maybe it'll give me another one of those jump scares. Oh, here they are. Jeez. Fish is nuts. Blame me. Get whatever this sword is. Brian, this is what I put in, so I guess they're all just kind of sitting here? Oh, seed, that's lucky. Yep, stamina. Wait. You too. Urge meat, very good to be here. Acidic. Other right. No, 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 no. Get that thing the fuck away from me. Calming. Fusion and lust, useful. Alright, let's go. Let's roll. Maybe I should focus on descending more than fighting and exploring this time. Got some solid equipment right now. Half is... Angel. Yeah, this way at me. Fish. More bones. Nice. AD, what's that do? Back by 3. Less defense and no HP, but more attack. I like making things dead. That's a few more of those. Oh boy. Whispering to you about how we would be together forever, then you betrayed me. Yeah, that jump scare is getting a little less effective like the 10th time you've done it. Multiple swords are out here. Stamina. B-Max. Fallen Angel. Ooh! 16 power. Plus, takes 5 damage with every swing. I'll keep this handy for a bit. Especially if I have, you know, some meat on hand. Looks like there's nothing else here. Resistance effect over. Well, next time I run into some guys. Yeah, I got one more, I believe. Maybe one of those like single fish. Stored in it. Hence all ailments except for stomachache and confusion. That's pretty good. I like the extra attack too. Lots of good choices here. Songs playing. Might as well. Nice. Lots of paths here. More meat. Torturer. Unknown torturer. Scary thought. Could totally just be convergence. Liza, please. Sphere. We heard about that already. Let's keep it moving. Guess we're in that room? I didn't realize. In that case. That, and then... Get the fuck off this floor. Going speed mode today. Gotta go fast, as they say. If there's something worse than not going fast, I sure can't think of it. Great start. I'm gonna do something funny here. Is that preferable to your ex-girlfriend who, yeah, perhaps. Whoever that ghost jump giver. Yeah, I don't know either. Oh, detox. Just what I needed. Worm. And grub. Maybe sure wilderness. Huh. That's an interesting find. Another bug here. Very helpful for the things that poison you to drop detox. Just, you know, it's just, you know, a considerate thing to do, you know? Useful. Halftime. Proof against those guys as of now is this is only 2. It's just a week. So yeah, I wonder. If against some of these stronger, then it might be more efficient to just take the damage from the Fallen Angel weapon. Probably will with this guy, so... Sword is doing more. Ace. Ace attacks to mirror a sword. I do. Dead end. Oh, the stairs were in that room. I didn't even realize. You could stand a chill out. Good hell. Good hell. That's what happens as a grub. 4-4. Floor 4, yeah. Okay, I did say it right. I thought I said 4 floor. Oh, it's made a fire one. I can turn this into an ice weapon like 0 seconds ago. Will take damage, but it will identify all your items. Might as well. A genius meat, but it's rotten, so tummy ache. Places the soul of a cat into the floor. Avoid colliding with the walls. What? What? What does that mean? Baking, what does this mean? Your ID. And stomach aches, damn it. Bit of extra max health always helps. This connects back to the start, but I'm glad I didn't go that path. Wait, it's this guy's house. Hey dude, you know the neck man? The person who cries when they see cultivation fluid? Huh. That guy used to be one of our colleagues back in the day. Wonder what caused him to run away. You think it was maybe the neck thing? Just a guess, maybe. I don't know. Alright, well, I hope this doesn't kill me. Oh, it's a flipped recovery, so I lost health and stamina from it. That's pretty... big help. Roly polies are in. that necessary? That seems pretty good. Stubborn, huh? Half. I haven't used my first half. I haven't run into a real big crowd yet. Oh, that was not very smart of me. Can do some stuff without some of this. Let's see. I can crunch this, I'll lose some stats for it. I'll live. Alright. Let's roll. Situation not perfect, but far from terrible. 3 exit room just to torture me. Good 4 swings. Do a bit of science here. Ooh, this is bad. Several choices here. Let's take a risk. Eyeball, nice. Let's get rid of the. Let's keep the Fallen Angel off for now. Huh. Well, now the walls meow. If, you know, you're looking for that sort of thing, I guess. Hey, it's the box guy. We had the power of the pretend angel is located. Then I could see my daughter again. Daughter that's inside this box. I knew what that did. It's small. Situation is getting poor here. There's a lot of vitality. I wonder if I should search around and see if there's any meat on it. Yeah, this is actually a really bad situation. Bye. Yeah, so don't get the cat thing. Please don't let this room immediately kill me. Guys, I think the room's about to immediately kill me. Yeah. Guys, I think the room immediately killed me. I'm gonna try something different this time. Like even the sense sphere can't stand this portion. Do you hear me, my voice? Yeah, this thing. This time. I'm gonna slap some fish again. Very helpful for them to actually be like in the level this time. Pathetic sword is better than none. Though not much. And I'll do the practice dungeon again. See if that gets me any good levels for the main one. Or even just some good items. Or maybe I'll die in it. Who knows? Damage your HP, goddammit. Good to know. This thing's here already? Tough enemy. I know it's the smaller version, it's still kind of a mean enemy to bring out a level 2 guy. Shouldn't there be fish? Bugs? I think the music in the train. Yeah, sword. Maybe it'll be less pathetic. Of course, it's old. It'll be less pathetic for a little bit. Now, there's one thing weird about this game I've noticed, which is that your level doesn't seem to have any, like, visible effect on your stats. Unless it, like, adds to the boost or something, but I don't know. Curious if it shows up, it's part of damage calculation or something. Who knows how RPGs work, man? Wild out here. It's apparently has 7 floors. Please design Recure or just bliss out, goddammit. Coffin Man and your goddammits. Oh, great, a dead end. One in here at least? Truly pathetic indeed. Oh? Oh. Stone bone. Take this thing, it's so more experience bones. Sword that might not suck. No luck. I'm fucking old. Patterns. Sometimes you can grab them if they're replaced. Oh, patterns are what they call the traps, I guess. Okay, that explains a lot. Useful. Do love a useful idiot. Nope, that was already. Tiny version. I didn't even know tiny versions of these existed. Nice. Attic is back. Please don't do that. Okay. Or 4. Any more then? Punch them, cut them, pelt them with items, trample them, attack items. Please just beat up grotesques in lots of different ways, goddammit. And be resourceful. Experience effect is now over. Win the race. This is a long hallway. Wheel and mash and stick him in a stew, exactly. Sword, please don't be old. Hey, just a sword-ass sword. Oh, well, actually it's not telling me what kind of sword it is. It's just an old. It is what it is. Doesn't make sense that there aren't really many great like weapons in here. This situation's less than stellar, eh? But we're fine. I don't want to step on that. That's a good throw. It's over here, so. Or just wander around aimlessly till the effect starts. Another sword. Doubt it's anything better than old, but you never know. A little stronger at least. One extra swing. Hell. Pathetic one, but... One Zico. So close to the end, I might as well explore a bit. What's up? This should be the bottom. Don't have. I got a don't have. That mean? Well, guess it's as good as mine. Back to the outer world, but a little head start. Find that recovery platform. But don't have. Contains an item you don't have. Identifies all items you are carrying. Does this only work when I use it, or? It's an injection, so yeah. I'll hold on to it then. Time for the Reelio Dealio. start the party. Yay. New jump scares for me. And hey, is this my guardian? No? Oh, it doesn't have the brand on it, but useful. Hey, fallen angel. I wonder if there's just a random chance of like, some of your items showing up. Items from a previous run, I mean. The self. Inflammable, explosive. Better than that pathetic, so. Nice head start. Let's Baroquing. Yeah, let's see how this thing goes. Special, is that? Ooh, yeah, that's really helpful. I'm gonna keep special around in case I need to chew on some rotten food at some point. That's one of the only things I know of that'll get rid of a stomach ache. You know, what planet they were. And try and gather as much as I can and of unidentified junk before I use that ID. Yeah. There you go. Insulating. You know, I don't think I've run into any ice attacks. I remember seeing some fire attacks once or twice, so I'll keep this for now. Nice. Face. That was different. See you when you were awake. Half time again. That's rotten. Hold on to it until I'm really desperate. Nice experience. Attack always helps. What else? If I want to brand into these items. In it. I'd also start pumping my max HP so I can make use of Fallen Angel. How much does Idiot give it? Idiot's by 8 at full health. save the rotten one for it. Might just still use it and then just use the special, but can't do that now. This is one of those spots where it's like, do you guys count as in the room when this is all going on, or what? Guess so. She wants the sense sphere, right? Not gonna bother wasting vitality wandering over her again. Any good? A flammable. I already have one of those. Literally wearing one right now. An ID brand. I brand myself with this. Does that mean I just automatically identify items? That sounds great. Experience. Yeah, it might just be that. That's awesome. This has got a fish though. The ID brand seems really good. Wow. Should have used them earlier. Bug. Intrusive. Whatever they were. Very useful, yeah. Alright. Good. Very little pathetic. Come on, infest one of them. Like it, let's make this thing even stronger. He is also 2, but where's VT max? That's not nice. Useful, of course. But it should be crunching my experience. Oh, well, you already have fire. Chew. You drove right around it. Another shift. Per day. 2 full healing items. An uncomfortable. My defense vitality decreases faster when equipped. That's really funny. I don't want it though. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put stealth on the fire sword here. The fire seems to be a pretty good damage boost against a lot of things, at least early on. Hook seems useful. Oh, that's a dead end. Footsies. Oh, sword. Wait, alright, this is the double attack sword. No, this is the one where you can equip 2 of them. Doesn't seem very good otherwise. Have you met the Crypt Angel? Throw items there. Okay, that's how it works. Well, I'm glad to have that question answered. Swords to that has to be branding on yourself, sadly. You can't do it. Branded with the ID thing, so. It's all of them. Uncertain was standard items may rarely explode. Do I have a diffusal? No, I don't. Heart, huh? Oh, this is the one that turns enemies into hearts. Again, Cox. There's the one enemy in here. Oh, yeah, time to use it. Right now. Or? In that case. Now we've got lots of extra max right now. More of these? There are a lot of enemies in that room. What is that? I'm using regular cremation yet. It didn't look like I was just randomly losing health for hitting things. You gotta know, right? The area. Another ID brand, but I already have one of those. The ID worm, now that I think about it, on the ID brand. Alright, this seems like E going pretty okay. Big boys are out now. Oops. Another 3-exit room to make my brain do bad things. What if I chose the wrong one? Or what if it's just a really long path that connects to one of the other ones? Looks like there is at least. Task in here, but do I have anything that's rotten or deteriorated? Doesn't look like it. I don't need that. Let's just make this a quick floor. Floor 5. Floor 5. Yeah, those things are faster on their feet than their wheels. It's very funny. I'm just about to wonder if I still have my experience. Thunderstorm, huh? Eyeball. The vitality jacket. Looks as it's just the same. Around a bit more. For the halibut. Hey, box thing. Sorry, dude, what were you about to say? The holy power discovered by the Titanium. Yeah, you're really on that, huh? Good luck. Good luck with that. Murder. What would I want to do with that? Actually, it might have helped when I had the experience bonus. So maybe I'll hold on to it and see if I find more experience or like invincibility bonus. Oh boy. I have an idea. Kill this thing first before we do anything stupid. This thing resists fire because it is not dying. Wasn't the original idea, but that was fucking obnoxious. What I'm gonna do, it would have been funny, it's gonna use convergence and then nutritive to heal off, but now that I had to use one anyway, perhaps I should wait till later. I'm just gonna run from that thing. Really just not doing enough damage to it. Sword. Lucky, huh? That sucks shit. I'm gonna throw it at this guy. I don't think I need a second one of these things. Arguably, I don't even need the first one. Gotcha. Let's keep this moving. Or 6. It's supposed to be kind of like horror-ish. It gets a surprisingly relaxing vibe once you get into it. I think it's just a simple game flow. Find a room full of freaks. Front doors is what I found. These two are just gonna connect. Of course they are. Or wouldn't they, really? I guess that's one less door to test. Eh. Oh, monsters? Huh. It is. E? That do. Over your attack. You don't need it. Max rises by 1. I don't need it. Sure, dude. Let's get more attack. One of these. Get some good damage on it before it starts swaying. Oh, yeah. Anything else fun in here? Just helps out. I hope I find the stairs this way, otherwise it's going to be a really long walk to it. This sounds like a place to get them. Less than ideal, but we'll live. Really want me to have these, huh? I guess it's just what these things drop, but still. Yeesh. And there are still more ways out of here, even. Up with this floor. Unless this just loops around. In which case, yeah, long walk. There's a room here. Stay over here. Gotcha. Part in order to drive the creator and preserver mad, in order to become the creator and preserver himself. Doesn't matter if I disappear, but I'm sad that I couldn't become one with you. This is a shortcut, but the other side of this way. I'm to schlep my way back to the first room to go on the one other door there was. That's exciting, right? Probably take long enough that some enemies will respawn out. Have all that extra max vitality. And then you go straight, as they would say in the first level of Streets of Rage 2. Oh great, one of these. Get anything stolen? Two now. I need 4 of these. Sure, I need 1 considering where I am, but still, I find like an invincibility bonus. A big ass floor. Wow, this isn't even the stairs room. going from here? No? Never that unhelpful. Not even in here. Look how big this floor is getting. Oh wow, with lethargy, spin can't even keep up with me walking backwards. That makes these like way easier, wow. Hey, a heart. For a long walk like that, very useful. Reassuring at least. We still have a nutritive, I believe. Finally, we've arrived. Look, someone's swinging at me. What a shocker. There it is. Seems useful, but I'm already branded with the ID. Slow down a little, man. I think I might use that. Back up to full. Doesn't let you brand and equipment with that. So. Already branded with this. One thing that makes the menu a little weird to read is I feel like the icon for an injection and the icon for a brand are like weirdly close to each other. I think I'm gonna drop the uncertain boxes too. I don't need to be taking that kind of risk right now. Stomachache. Stomachache means lower attack and defense. I can make this a fire and lightning sword. That sounds fun. This situation isn't looking that great, huh? Oh, meat. Good turn it around. Just idiot meat. At least it's not rotten. And I got lost. I saw some kind of meat. Genius meat. Here, lost here. Trap. Those are so annoying. Look at these layouts I'm getting. Eesh. I'm in a wild goose chase. Look at this garbage, and then reward for going through is just more annoying ass enemies. I don't think I'm gonna make use of this. You at least get some health back when you kill these. Not a ton. Just gonna connect back to there. It'll give me a little time to heal up at least. See it again. This is an enemy I can deal with without worrying about too much. That, on the other hand. Oh. Surrounding area is pretty large, huh? Oh, I'm dead again. Whew. Alright, just been crunching on enough random stuff and managed to survive that with basically nothing. Has to do with giving a wide berth to my electrocution trap. Right here for that bowling thing. Charge. I'm hitting the wall from there. Nothing to do for it, I guess. Keep talk. I can at least keep chewing on these. A bit faster. Stairs in it. Oh god. Run. I see something over there. Bird meat. Exactly what I need right now. Another piece of flesh there too. Idiot, but it's better than nothing. Bone? Maybe it'll be useful. Get away from this. Stuff's getting tough around here. Power is not quite up to snuff, I think. Bunch of shit in here. What? Yeah, get me the fuck out. Please don't drop me right into the middle of another bunch of assholes. Not wonderful. Oh. No idea there was one of those next to me. That was scary. Gamers, this is looking pretty bad. Hey, guy. What the hell am I? Getting to the desk we could slaughter the littles, but when you got separated from the rest of the team. Yeah, sorry to hear that, dude. I'm about to fucking die. Everything sucks, and it's bad. Hey, some wings. Some wings? Don't mind if I do. Oh, wow, stairs. I don't want to search for some meat or something before everything gets even fucking worse. A bad one. A bad one. We're in over our heads now, but nothing for it, I think. Hope things turn around for us. Poison. I think that's useful. Isn't the same thing, but I don't think that's as dangerous, right? So I was wearing that. The clothes right off my back. Can't brand myself with this. Only one exit there, that's... Hopefully there'll be another weak enemy or two. Well, relatively weak anyway. Better than assault? Special. It's pretty special, but I kind of like the assault ones better. Just like having some more damage. These things certainly have plenty. Those, but... Let's just give you a random worm. I think that's a little worrying. No, thank you. I mean, as far as I can tell, as long as you can get to the bottom, then nothing else is anything I have to actually worry about. Just shoot the funny angel gun at thing at the bottom, and then the 10th floor. Speaking of which, I do have multiple shots on the funny angel gun. I can probably use that to take out some high priority. Especially in a situation like this. Nice, huh? Well, I can do something funny. Actually, wait, I already have. What am I gonna do then? I'm gonna put you on. Yes! So useful in that case. Multiple enemies here, I can use this right now. Oh, health I get back and immediately losing. Oh god, what? Fucking run, actually. Helped, at least. Better situation than I was, but... Doesn't mean I want to get in the fight. Hey, it's that guy. Purify. Oh, sure, I can use a shot on you. Did I fucking miss somehow? That sucks. Oh well. Yeah, it's not working, dude. Sorry. At least they're all lined up, but they can't attack me more than one at a time. These give you a tiny little bit of health when you use them, in addition to the vitality refill at the Please die. Please die. Thank you. Thanks for that, Deep. You're here too. What does that mean? Do you have trouble seeing? Yes, actually, yes. Despite everything, I'm still alive. The door here. Your room? This. Guardian Angel. Made grave sins in order to comply with the Archangel's order. I didn't have the courage to defy him. Sorry to hear that. That's rough, buddy. Cultivations, that. I don't want this at all. Yeah, that gives you a bit of health back too, so. I think most things you can put into will give you a bit of health. They're kind of them. Please don't, like, blow up or something. Purpose. Ugh. So many enemies in this hall, though. Might be it, folks. And crunch that. I do love the design of these coffin things. They're some crazy looking monsters. Like this element. You know what? Now I see the reason I can. I think this elemental combination is very good on them. They're dying a lot faster. Anything good in here? Oh god. Besides these events. Absorption. Multiple enemies in here still. Not a ton, but it helps. Floor 11, Jesus Christ. Chimney cricket. I wonder if you can save scum this game by like making a suspend save and then moving it to like another storage immediately. Like I'm not gonna, but you could do that maybe. Oh, that made me lose the elemental animation, but increased attack speed might actually be better. Nice thing is that the paralysis attack that those hanging things have doesn't actually damage you. So if they just keep doing that and there's nothing else around to hit you, it's actually a good thing. Flies away with any item it infests. That doesn't seem useful. Another thing to just screw you over if you can't identify something. Fire. What's lust? That like actually helps. Do I have anything that heals that? No. Not going to use that as emergency healing. What the effect of throwing that at a monster? Do I want these things to be attracted to me? That sounds like it might be dangerous. No. Alright, these are the things that drain vitality. Oh, Oh, wait, because it was giving me back vitality because I gave it lust. Huh. Guess that means enemies can, like, help you? Huh? Doesn't look like this thing has any. I'll just take the free kill. I'll have to experiment with that more. Oh, right, the fucking... these things. That's terrifying. Is there anything I can throw at you? I poisoned it. Oh, they can come out of the tunnel. All that fast. Well, they don't have to come back this way, which famous lessons. Out. Okay. See how it is, dude. Rotten seed. Don't really have an option right now. It might be Jover. Yep. Oh well. That was quite the run. I think that's enough for tonight. Thank y'all for showing up. It's an odd game and one that's becoming more difficult. Hopefully I can figure out a way through in the next stream. Alright, like I mentioned, Friday is The Bouncer. So, later haters.